Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Hi! Tonight, we will be doing chapters 11 through 14 of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you have come with me, know that I don't know anything about this kind of material. I'm new to it. But this one right here, she's a smart oracle, absolute dog, super G. She literally reads this to me sometimes. Just kidding. But she does know how we should mosey through this story. So we've been doing that. You're getting a man's point of view who doesn't know any of this stuff, and hers, who's intimate. So if you'd like to follow along, you can use the links in the description of this video. There are links to Amazon. You can buy the book. You can do that. We've got a couple of series. We've done the first, second, and now third book. So you can go back and watch the replays. They weren't live. These are. So it's a little bit different kind of content. We had a little fun. And then lastly, we have a membership. And the membership's $2 a month. And it buys us a cup of coffee, helps keep the light on and kind of thing. Nothing crazy, just for your entertainment and ours. So without further ado, we're going to start with a recap. Emily's going to hit us, and then I'm going to tell you my first big thing.
I can't wait. So tonight's our chapters are all about Feyre and Lucian on hard mode. No magic, no backup, and way too many unresolved family issues. So they trek through the Autumn Court and run pretty much straight into Lucian's brothers. And instead of immediate violence, we get some tense but honest conversations, old wounds, reluctant understanding, and proof that Lucian didn't just leave his family, but he escaped it. So we get our first look at Eris, big brother Eris Van Sarah. He shows up, clocks everything in about 5 seconds, and makes it very clear he's not dumb, not friendly, and absolutely keeping score. Just as things are about to go sideways, Cassian and Azriel winnow in like chaos angels, and Feyre seals the moment by casually dropping that she's High Lady of the Night Court, and suddenly the power dynamic flips. So we end these set of chapters with a full Night Court reunion, safe, together, and officially back where we belong, which, yes, is in the arms of Rhysand. So, Luke, are you ready?
Oh, yeah. No one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's hit it. Kitchen couch. Look.
Kitchen couch.
Look. Oh, I had a lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with going camping with what's-her-face and what's-his-name. It was awesome. Just kidding. But it does remind me of the first half of the last Harry Potter book, if I'm being honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Harry and Hermione just go off into the woods and hang out for, 350 pages. It's maybe 250 pages, maybe 200 pages. But it's so simpler. You get their kind of the resolution to the conflict in this section. By the way, very thoughtful of you. You get the resolution of the conflict, which is amazing because I kind of like Lucian and Feyre's relationship. I have that relationship with lots of people. You've got Lucian, who's maybe the only character in here who doesn't think they're the main character of the story.
Oh, right.
And you've got Feyre, who doesn't want to be the main character of the story, but is slowly becoming that, and it's almost to that. And their relationship and their dynamic is beautiful. You get to see what dependence Feyre has on the magic. And I don't know. Feyre and Lucian go camping. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. You get a little backstory. You get a little thoughtfulness. And it is cold. It is. You can't tell. My shirt's thick. But you can't tell. It's thick, but you could tell if it was the least bit skinnier or thinner. Anyway, let's, there's not a lot of weird stuff that happens.
No, I think I see this as like a breath. We had to take a breath because so much happened in the last 4 chapters that we did. It was just action packed the whole time, and spanned a long time. This was like a needed kind of breath and slow down before and I think it also kind of tracks, or what I find interesting about it is these are slower chapters, and they also don't have access to any of their powers either. So it's it almost mirrors in a way that it's they're having to go the slow, long way because the Feybane has kind of zapped what they're used to being able to pop through.
So where my brain was going at, right? If there was a mirror or a reflection, or what do you call it? The wheel that gets a little bit bigger each time, and it's the same direction. It's on the same plane. It just gets a little bit bigger and different. What they call that, the Fibonacci sequence. If we're doing that here, right? Feyre and Lucian go on a whirlwind adventure where they may end up on the continent and they may end up back on the planet, back on they literally go on like a Hobbit journey. If we're doing that, right? Because we spent some time in the Spring Court. Then we did something in the Spring Court, immediately went to the Night Court. We're in the Night Court for the most of the time. And then we end up back in the Spring Court. And then I figured we were going to go on this really fun laugh with Lucian, where Cassie and Azriel and all of them would be kind of trying to find him. And they would be going through different courts and bouncing around. I really didn't think we were going to end up in the Night Court at this section. I thought we were going to stay in the Autumn Court for a while. And then when he goes into the Winter Court, I was like, oh, cool. We're going to see some of this, but we're going to see a lot of the courts here. I really thought that was happening. It's cool that sorry, I just bumped my table. It's cool that there's a lot, is that we came back to home base. Like I said, a little bit of a side quest, reaffirming some of the relationships that are there outside of the politics that are within those two courts. It was cool. And I love that I'm being thrown curveballs because like I said, I read this morning. I was just laying there just kind of like, oh, okay, we're going this direction. That's really refreshing. I did not see this coming. And when you come back to the Night Court, you have this really beautiful scene, like you said. I mean, it's like they keep on saying it feels like home, also to me.
And she says the same thing. She's actually, like, we're going home. We're going home. So
correct, Liz.
Yeah. So we get to go and see some other areas and experience things that we haven't seen yet. And then we end up back home to kind of check and see what's going on. Because honestly, we got to figure out, and it's happening, spoiler alert, in the next section, we got to figure out what the hell is going on with her sisters.
Also, yeah.
We dumped them in the cauldron and then we haven't heard a peep. So we got to figure out what the hell is going on there too.
Sometimes you don't need to hear Nessa talk. It's fine. I'm in middle. I get it. The oldest can pipe the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean,
I get it.
We'll see what's up. I hear you. Yep.
But just pipe the fuck down sometimes. You don't have to be that intense all the time.
I mean, she's pretty intense most of the time.
Correct. Correct. But so
it's a perfect foil to Elaine, who is just.
It's raining outside.
There's a 40% chance it's already raining. Yeah.
I did. I also kept, by the way, before we get to the full recap, I kept checking back the map. I'm like, okay, where are we in our journey as we travel northward to the Night of Courts? Yeah.
But we got some information about more of the politics and the behind the scenes kind of things too, and like what they're kind of expecting. So they're expecting that the seasonal courts will not be their allies because of what happened in spring. And they already made a boo-boo in summer court as well. So they're expecting as they pass into autumn, obviously hates everybody. As they go into winter, they're like, oh, we're in the winter court, but also they might not ally with us as well. Because 3 out of 4 not looking good. You know what I mean? So we have that issue there. And then we meet Eris. So we've been talking about Lucian's brothers for a long time, but we haven't really actually interacted with them at all. So we still don't know. Granted, Lucian is the youngest of 7. Okay, so we don't need to know all those brothers' names. I don't want to know. I don't care. But basically the only ones you ever really find out about are like Eris and Lucian. So we meet him. All that we really know about him is through story about what's happened with Moore. And we've heard about it from Rhys's point of view. We've heard about it from Moore's point of view somewhat. And we've heard about Eris via Lucian, who's just like, yeah, he actually tried to kill me as well. So overall, we're not thinking that this is going to be a good situation. And it kind of wasn't. So first impressions of Eris Van Sarah.
He's kind of boring. I don't need him any longer in this. Like I saw what I needed to see. He's kind of boring compared to our other main characters. He doesn't even like kind of rank on the power level of the rest. Now he's not a High Lord, so I'm sure if he were to gain his father Baron's powers,
You got it.
it would be different. But like he's barely a foil to two magic users who can't use magic or can't use much of their magic. And I'm just like, all right, like solid side quest enemy. He's the big talk, very little action, no doubt, a lot of bark. And when I think of him, like I said, I think of like some redheaded, freckled face dude who just hates himself more than he hates everybody else. But he takes it out on everybody else, and he's just lucky enough to be the number one in his family. And I don't know, it just everyone has their own trauma, but he's boring. If you don't mind me saying so.
No, I hear you. I guess my you love Amarantha.
Oh yeah, Amaranth's the man. And I love the King Hybrid. King Hybrid's hilarious. I started like Jurian a lot too.
I kind of like Eris. I always have.
Why?
I just always have. Probably because he's very big talk. Exactly. Exactly, Liz. That's why I'm a fan.
He always reminded me of like a Slytherin, but like one of the side Slytherin, not the main Slytherin. You know, I was just like, oh, okay, you're boring. Like you're not worthy. You're not even worthy of more than one section in this story. What's so funny?
Just Liz's comment. She says, oh, I know why. Sorry, we know more than you know.
That's fair.
So let me just go back in and make sure I'm not skipping anything that I wanted to be sure to say. Oh yes, thank you. I'm glad I looked. That's why I have notes. We find out that the light. So this whole time I thought like that the light was something new that we weren't really sure where that was coming from. Because Feyre had said something about it before, and Rhysand just kind of like it away and was like, it's probably this or whatever. Yeah. But we did get a confirmation from Lucian, and he says in chapter 11, my friend at the Dawn Court has the same power. Her light is identical, and it does not do whatever horseshit you lied about it doing. So it is a known power we now understand officially from Dawn. So
it's a final flash. Not a final flash. What is it called? From Dragon Ball Z? You don't know, but it's a blinding effect. It's just a blinding effect. It's a CC. It's a crowd control. It's okay. So let's start back from lay beginning, right? Okay. They've walked through the door. They're in another territory. They're sneaking around through the woods. It smells like ass. There's not sentries guarding the door. Reaction to the appearance of our bat boys to the rescue.
Oh, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get to there. Don't you worry. We're gonna get to that.
Okay. So they get to this cave that's not as cool as a cabin that's enchanted, which is where the Night Court went camping. But the Autumn Court was like, we're gonna go hang in a cave. It's begin to be like this. Feyre has now college friends. Tamlin is her high school boyfriend. And Tamlin's friend Lucian is her high school boyfriend's best friend. But when she went back for a party, right, and she just hung out with Tamlin for a few days, it wasn't real. But she was just hanging out with him because it felt right or whatever. Maybe trying to get back at him for whatever reason. The high school boyfriend best friend is like, oh, I'm actually in love with with your sister who's hanging out with your college friends. So I'm going to go with you to hang out with your college friends. And Feyre's like, I only agreed to this because I know you're not a piece of shit, but you could be way better. And so that's the entire cave conversation in my brain.
Yeah, that is a great modernized retelling of exactly what they basically are having that conversation about. Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
You did a great job. That is kind of exactly the way it is. But also with the backstory of it is a person, yes, it's your ex high school boyfriend's best friend, but also you were friends with them as
Right.
well. Like you became close too.
Correct.
And so she and him finally get to kind of like work out a little bit of their issues about like, hey, you didn't really do much of anything to help me out in that situation while I was in that bad situation. That's part of like why I'm not a fan. And he's like, yeah, but like when you left, you didn't just leave him, you left me too. And I
Yeah.
have some feelings about that as well. And so they just really kind of get in there and hash it out, and they don't have a problem. They don't hold back. And they are able to at least come to an understanding of each other. They're not like ready to make friendship bracelets again, but
They're gonna be.
I mean, we're getting better. We're getting better.
We're getting better. We're getting better. I like that he's kind of like the nerd of their group now at the end. Anywho,
Yeah.
yeah, he's like, oh, there's children. There's children playing. The hell?
Yeah. Well, because he
I know.
genuinely
We're gonna get there.
this whole
Gotta
time.
get there. We gotta get there. Hold up. We gotta get there. So I like to tease. You know how it goes.
I know.
That's what the last chapter of here is all about. It's a little tease. It's just a massive tease.
Okay.
So,
we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. Iris and two of the brothers show up, and they're like, "Hey, we gonna get you, man!" And they kind of bully them.
But also, this is the second chapter section in a row where Feyre has woken up to someone like putting their hand over her mouth, and she like wakes up from a start. It's like, do you not hear them? Like,
No.
I know you're like, your powers are like muted at this point, but also it's like, really? This is like the second time you're going to be woken from a dead sleep by somebody like grabbing you by the face? Girl, like, you're in danger. Maybe sleep lighter.
Yeah, sleep a little lighter in a dangerous cave where you don't know anything and you're sleeping on a dusty bag. Yes. Right. However,
I mean,
it happened.
Maybe I just say that because I'm mom of a young person, and also like I don't know any dog owner that doesn't immediately go like from the deepest of sleep when they hear a dog about to throw up on a carpet. No doubt. So it's like, come on, you can't train yourself to hear, I don't know, at least enemies coming in to like touch you. Let's not.
Do you know when I visit my parents and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna sneak upstairs, I'm gonna grab some grub, and the precision and ninja-like focus of not making a peep, because this woman, 5'4", absolute weapon, Jenny, my mother, would hear everything. This person hears everything. So I'm just like, deep breaths and hold it in, and you might suffocate. If you suffocate, fuck, you're done. It's okay. Yeah, she's going to be there anyway, so might as well. You might as well take the suffocation. So you just take and then open the fridge real. We used to drive down the driveway a little late. We turned the car off after putting in neutral and
coast down 100%.
Like a tenth of a mile. We were hauling ass, and then we would just. And we turn off the lights in the dark and hope there was enough moonlight because we did not want to wake up this lady.
Yeah.
This is
for real.
Feyre, fucking figure it out.
She could use a little bit. She could use a little bit of that energy. Let's be real. She could use a little bit.
And she gets caught, energy. And she wakes up, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, that those powers are starting to return just a little bit, just conveniently enough to be able to like put off this situation for a little bit longer.
Liz, I got one for you though, Liz, or whomever's listening. Mom, I hope you're in here. It's hilarious. So while myself, other brother, not my younger brother, older brother, and my dad, quiet ninjas. Like we do not make it, we could frighten a ghost from behind. You know what I mean? The ladies who live above me, because I have ladies who live above me, they stomp hard. They don't hardly stomp. They stomp hard. Okay. And my mom's like, how do you not wake up with those ladies stomping all over the place? I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? Anyway.
God bless you.
God bless my mother.
And yeah. And just like men in general for being so silly. I love it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So we do wake up we figure out what's happening. We set some fire. I mean, she shows her hand full tilt because she puts flame out and puts like a wall of flame between the two of them. So it's like, okay, I thought the whole point was like, and even Lucian backs it up and says, if Daddy ever figures out that you got a little bit of his power and worse, you figured out how to use it, then he will not hesitate. He will come for you and he will kill you for sure. And he's like the third person to tell her that.
So there must be like the Night Court High Lord. This is headcanon for me. Night Court, whatever, superpower. But the fire's got to be unbelievably destructive.
Mm.
Like if this is the case, if all of these
Right.
people have said this, and this person is the only individual with this capacity,
Mm-hmm.
and they have perfect, like I imagine the fire one is just like a dragon. Like,
But I mean, yeah.
Like just absolutely.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way. Eris, who is not even the High Lord, okay, he's just the High Lord's son, is able to melt almost an entire frozen lake.
Yeah.
Just him while they're running on it.
That's a cool scene. That's
Right?
a cool scene. Yeah. But I want to go back to the cave because one of my favorite lines. He says, I imagine like this. Hold on, we're gonna do the thing. He goes, Father, it's rather put off that you didn't stop to say hello. Like I imagine it's just shitty. Just shitty.
Yeah. It's a little more like oily and smarmy in my head, but
You imagine. Oh wait, he had it in her. It seems like.
I know, right? You're right. See, as soon as he said stuff like that, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna like him. But I have a problem. So.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I have a problem.
But I love that she like next page she's referencing Cassian's like footwork and intentionality with balance
Right?
and everything.
Like, thank God for Cassian because he has saved her ass so many times by teaching her how to fight properly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like
It's
every
really
time
cool.
she's about to just totally like lay into somebody, she's like, oh, thank goodness Cassian taught me that thing where I do this.
She's used this tactic now twice, actually. She used it this time and she used it in the combat before where she distracted a second party. She main party by attacking the second party from behind with a skill. Very cool, very interesting. Also, I love the way it's written because it's a POV situation rather than, you know what I mean? Like you're left to kind of imagine it in a really thoughtful way. It's pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So we see that we get away. We also come back. So we get away. We spend another couple of days like working and talking things out, and then we meet up with the three of them again. So we're on the frozen lake, and they're.
Whoa! Yeah. They almost die in a cave on the mountains. Like that's a huge point, I think, and because like that was my point where I was like, oh, this is just going to be a journey to Mordor. Like that's how we're going to handle this. They're going to be walking the entire time and winnowing some, and for some reason they're going to end up on the like. That was when I was like, okay, this is what this book's about. It's the journey of the two of them, which would be fine with me. I think it'd be cool.
For sure. So you're right. They do have that moment where they're like freezing to death, just about, and he's like, tell me about her. Just at least if I can't be with her, tell me about her. And maybe I skipped over it because, like, again, I don't give a crap about Elaine. She's such a white wall. But you're right. They do have that moment. It is important. And they are about to kind of like freeze to death together at overnight. But also, this is the way that they're like, we have nothing, so we're gonna have to use our body heat. And it's like the one time it's not gross. like not like sexualized in any way. Right. They're literally just like, okay, let's just sit as close beside each other as possible, like arms touching and knees caps touching. That's about it. Side to side.
Also, oh no, that's later. Yeah, go ahead. So they go down the other side of the mountain. They end up on the lake. They're then swarmed by the three people. A lot of plot happens right here. A lot of great plot happens right here. I love it. They get confronted. She's not quite powerful enough to hold off all three of them. She then, is it that they get saved first and then she announces herself as the queen of the Night Court?
After, yeah. So
Yeah.
like they're fighting, she's fighting really, really hard. You think she's gonna get away, she doesn't. She kind of does that thing she does where she kind of forgets she's the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not looking good for the home team. And that's when, it is, okay, we have to like have its due because it is the best thing ever. Bad things are happening. Bad things are happening. And it says, I opened my mouth, but a gag of fire shoved its way between my lips. It didn't burn, but was hot enough to tell me it would if Eris willed it. Equal bands of flame wrapped around my wrists, my ankles, my throat. I couldn't remember what to do, how to move, how to stop this. Closer and closer to the shore, to the awaiting party of sentries that winnowed in and out of nowhere. No, no, no. A shadow slammed into the earth before us, cracking the ice toward every horizon. Not a shadow, an Illyrian warrior. 7 red siphons glinted over his scaled black armor as Cassian tucked in his wings and snarled at Eris with 5 centuries worth of rage. I got like a lady boner just reading it. Like it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so
awesome.
good.
It's awesome.
So, in my mind, the song that plays when that happens, right? Like bad things are happening, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, shadow, crack, all this stuff. It's like definitely probably like or whatever, like crazy good. All of a sudden Cassian's there and he just lays the smack down, like kills it. All of a sudden he's like boom, 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 because there's a whole bunch of sentries there too, right? It's not just Eris and there's 2 brothers,
right? Well, exactly. And both Cassian and Azrael were ready to slit his throat immediately. Mm-hmm. Like they were like,
I mean, all of them are. Well, because we have a grudge. We have such a grudge because of all the history and the past stuff that's happening. To the point where, and also, Cassian and Azrael both, like, this is Cassian's version. He says, I suggest you drop my lady. And I'm like, oh, it makes me so happy. But yeah, he's like laying the smackdown. All this stuff is happening, and then Feyre just kind of has this moment where she's like, "Oh, I see how this is going to end. They are going to kill them."
Oh yeah.
I mean, I kind of, in a way, a little bit want them to, but
I'm ready. I was ready for Lucian to be the sole heir.
For sure. Like, okay, this is how we get out. I mean, we'd have to kill Baron first because he would be like and maybe a couple of other brothers. But yeah, we're like, okay, this is bad though, because this is not going to help us. And she starts singing like a leader again, starts thinking like, oh, we got a bigger chess game that we're playing right here. And she's like, we can't just kill 3 of them because that is not going to win us any allies. And we actually do need to start thinking about that. Yes, Luke.
I agree. But my 2 songs are you didn't ask me. I had 2. Inner Sandman and Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those.
This is one of the few times where Feyre let her better judgment win. Right. It's about it's mission. She's mission focused. It's a queenly thing. She
did the same thing when she wanted to slit Ianthe's throat in the tent.
There's a scene in the future, and I can't wait to see it, when she gets to say something about, I held your life in my hand. And I can't wait to see it. I don't know when it's going to be, but she gets to be like, I held your life in my hand. You don't just owe me one, you owe me all. You would be spending your day if I
just like that. I was like the way you said it, like the little glint in your eye when you said it. That was good.
Thank
That was
you.
good. I did like it. So so she decides what she's gonna do instead is to like go into their minds and tell them all to stop it. She's like, all right, stop it right now. We're done. We're good. And that's kind of how she has this ceasefire happen.
It's beautiful. And then she's like, we gotta go.
Yeah. Well, she drops that mic because they're like, oh, he's still like treating her like she's nobody. And she's like, oh, you know, takes off her glove. Even Lucian, who's been traveling with her this whole time, hasn't seen it, doesn't know what's going on, takes off the glove, and we find out, oh shit, she's actually the High Lady of the Night Court. Like,
and there's a thought bubble up there. He's like double.
Right? They're like, there is no such thing. And it just says one of his other brothers. So one of his, like, you know, dumbest other brothers, right? He's like, there's no such thing as a High Lady. I was like, well, there is now, boo-boo, because look at this.
And they're like,
she's like, sit on it and twirl, boys. Sit on it and twirl.
Go out in the field and sit on it. I have not heard that in a long time. Nice.
Mm-hmm. But it's great. And then she says, take me home. And then she's like, oh, take us both home. Because she does have the power to, at this point, like make Lucian give him a role in the court. She's a High Lady.
Yeah. And take us both home. They will just do what she says because she's an absolute badass one, but because she was made physically, literally, and fantastically into doing it. It's wonderful. Mm-hmm. It is funny how they get held.
That's like my other favorite part of this that makes me squeal a little bit.
Well, right before that, when she finds out what his last name is, Vasanya or whatever, which is Vincera, which is hilarious because it's kind of, what are we doing here?
Kind of girly, but I like it.
Yeah. He's Cassian smiles like, hello, Feyre. Like that hello, Feyre, I heard that in my ears.
I know, me too. Me too. I love it. It makes me so happy.
It's like it's like her uncle.
No, it's not.
That's what it feels like to me. It feels like an uncle.
No. It's like your favorite cousin.
Oh, fair point.
Yeah.
And then she hugs him and he's like, I miss you too.
I miss you too. I know.
And then like Azrael's carrying Lucian like out. I imagine it's like as far away from his body as possible, like it's a diseased corpse.
That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Is that how do you think he was cradling him like a baby? What'd you think?
I mean, kind of. Like, I mean, he's definitely doing like the fireman scary. Like, and Lucian's like, oh.
And as a dude, you're like, do I hold myself up on his arms or do I just?
But also, this is probably. Wait, do we think this is the first time? I mean, Faye live a really long time. Do we think that this is the first time that Lucian's flown?
Yeah. I bet he's like, please don't drop me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if because like that's not a power really that Tamlin has. It's not really a power that we know or aware of anything happening in the Autumn Court.
Thank you, Liz.
So I think that might be part of it too. But they do fly until we reach the border. And we find out that Moore also was dispatched, but she was dispatched to the Winter Court just long enough to cause a distraction so they can kind of like get in and out.
Yeah, she's kind of just like aggro. She's just gaining magic aggro. It's literally just, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Yeah. And then I love their interaction.
You like what?
Between
her and Moore's.
Because she's like, where is he? But it's more like, where is he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then,
well,
And then she's like, it's kind of a long story. It's not my place to tell. And she's like, excuse me? Anyway.
But it's like the first time really that, well, all of these are the first time that they've interacted with her since knowing she's High Lady, because they didn't find out she was High Lady until they were back home in Valaris after all the shit went down. Mm-hmm. So all of these interactions that we've had, and we haven't really had a one-on-one or one-to-one yet with Azriel, or if we did, I glossed over it, so it wasn't much. But all of these are like kind of the first time that we're seeing them interact and how they're gonna like take that and be with that, you know? Whoa, hello. Let's not do that. Let's not. So.
All right, we took her off the screen because I'm kidding.
Wow. Wow. But also, I'm not allowed to gesticulate that aggressively, apparently.
No, fucking chill. Okay.
Chill out. My bad. Truly, my bad. But yes, so we have that interaction.
Damn it.
And we go to we go home. So they go home, and we also get to see Amren.
Perfect response from Amren. So here's the thing about this. We had talked about this before. We thought it was the lady from Incredibles.
Edna Mode.
Yeah, I talked to a friend of mine, and my friend was like, Edna, really? And I was like, well, what do you think? And she was like, oh, like a 5'2", just beautiful Asian woman with a bob haircut. And I was like, oh, I don't see that. And then I read this part, and I was like, oh, I see that. So now I see like a 5'1", super fit, beautiful, bob haircut, Asian woman with dark features and gray eyes. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's it right there for me forever now. So sorry, no longer Edna Mode, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. No, that's definitely the fan cat. I mean, if you actually look at how she's described, truly, that is actually much more accurate.
Is it really?
Is the like small, exactly what your friend was saying. Like that's probably far more accurate.
Oh.
Than the actual Edna Mode.
Lucy Liu? Lucy Liu?
Oh, yeah, Lucy Liu. That'd be a good option. The new one. I don't know about the new one.
There's a. Have you
Unless you're talking about the modern version from, like, early 2000s.
There's a clip of a Asian woman. I think she's Japanese. She looks Japanese. She hits the thing with a chopstick and pull the ear of corn, and then she takes a bite out of it, and then she puts it back, and she winks and kisses her own teeth. That scene, she does it, and she just looks badass doing it. I'm like, oh, that's my
that one
right there. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. So so we have that interaction with Amren as we get in there. And we kind of like talking about everything that's happened. Oh, and I do love this moment where Lucian meets Amren for the first time. He knows what's up.
Yeah, he's like
immediately knows what's up.
He's like
bow. And so she's like, oh, I see you've picked up a stray. And then he bows, and she's like, oh, look at that. He's already trained.
Yeah, that's so funny. That is so funny. Because, like, how does he know? He's just like, oh, that one's got aura. That one is formidable. That one right
Everyone, though, just automatically knows to be afraid of her. Like, she just gives off the, I will eat you last energy.
And what's funny is, like, Cassie and Azriel more like, fucking nerd. They're like,
look at this guy.
Look at this fucking dork. Yeah.
What a dweeb.
That's so funny to me.
Yeah, but I do love it. So they're talking about everything, and so Lucian is kind of his moment where he's just like, what the hell is going on here? Because he thinks And everyone has been telling him that Elaine is in this horrible place with all these horrible people, and it's just like dark and awful all the time. But they're in Valaris. Let's be real. We know that. But Lucien doesn't know that.
There was some part in the last 2 sections, too, where Feyre says to Lucien, she says, do you think I would tell them to keep my sister safe in a place that you think of? Like, I already know what you think. How can you think I think this? This isn't okay. Why would you think that? You know me.
Right.
And Lucian's still like, there are children playing in the streets. And even Amber's like, yeah. And it's actually to the benefit, to the credit of Valaris that there are children, because fucking we just had a battle here like a week ago.
Right. Well, it's been like a month and a half now, but yes, for sure. And so he says, this is Valaris, the city of starlight. And he responds, and you are the high lady of the night court. And all you hear is, indeed she is. And it's our baby! It's our man!
Chill. Okay, chill.
I just, look, it's reunited. It feels so good.
No, I'm actually against this. I'm actually against this pretty hard, to be frank with you. I was so irritated by this.
By what?
Dude, his wife character, his queen, wasn't alive, and then he suddenly felt her, and he wasn't there to get her. He was off doing some bullshit. That sounds fine. I was irritated. I'll be honest with you. I was like, we can't keep finding reasons for Rhysand not to be in combat. Stop doing that. Stop making up shit. I don't like that. Also,
stop making up shit.
He was Fleiss. He's like a Dragon Ball Z character. I get it, but yeah, I was like, and then he gets chastised for it later, which I also was like, oh,
you didn't like that he wasn't there, and then you didn't like that he got called out. What are you talking about?
The reason he got called out was it shouldn't be, you could have been killed. It should have been like, buddy, you didn't know I was alive.
No.
Where were you?
Absolutely not.
Where were you?
I disagree with you on that.
So he should have just trusted, you know what? The bond is gone, but she's probably okay. I'm just going to go do my thing.
No. She was gone for a while. Like, the continent's like a while off, right? Like, she even says, like, he was not just going to sit on his hands for over a month, not working towards anything while I was gone. Like, that was not going to happen. She totally understands.
I read that wrong? No. I was irritated. I was like, buddy.
I don't feel that way. Like, it's not like he was already there doing work when it happened. And also, you remember, the bond has been very faint for a while. So it's been a thing. So then it drops out. Yeah, he's freaking out, but he's on the continent. He's already over there. So it's like, literally, he's already behind enemy lines. So he's at this point, he's like, finish the job so I can go home. So he immediately tells Cass and Moore and Azriel, like, y'all are closer, because he's on the continent. So if you look at your map, he's very far away. Very far away.
Yeah, but he also knows they're on the run. She's on the run. He doesn't know if Lucian's there.
Well, no, he does not know that.
Then how does he know what happened to Tamlin in the court? How does he know all this stuff that's happening with Tamlin if he doesn't think they're on the run? Why would Tamlin be crazy? Why is all the sentries getting weird? He literally says to her, oh, the sentries are turned on their king. You must have done a good job. In the very next scene, he knows she's on the run. Where else would she be? Why did he go look for her?
Okay, all right. I hear you.
Sorry, I was irritated. I was like, okay, he's here. And then he started explaining what he was doing. And I was like,
okay.
She's on the run, dude.
So
clearly, or she's captured. One of the two.
Okay. No, I was like ready to vehemently tell you how wrong you were. But you don't find that out till later. So yes, in my mind, because I'd already decided what had happened, those details, you're right, makes sense. The way you were saying them.
I was like, okay, I want to see him in combat, but we did it again. It's fine. whatever. I want to see him actually use his powers at full speed because we haven't seen it yet. All right, we
Mhm.
haven't seen him like be the demon. And then he come to find out, he's like, "Oh, so you knew she was on the run. You knew this entire time, and you kind of just let it happen, okay? And you were just hoping that she'd reach out to you. Come
I
on,
don't
girl.
think he like. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I was irritated thinking back at this moment. I was like, buddy,
yeah.
you don't need to be flying over the human court right now to do a job. Like, you need to be out there hunting that chick. What are you doing, bro? Now,
I will concede to your point somewhat.
I'm sorry. I'm not that mad about it, but you raised my temperature, and I'm like, no.
You're like, no, it did happen this way. No, I will concede to you on that point. Because the way that it is, if they had not put in the detail of like, yeah, you really tore that cord up, blah 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 blah, after the fact, then you're right. He would not have been able to have seen or heard that necessarily because she was on the run when that happened.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's irritating me, but it's okay. I was like, okay, whatever. This is storytelling. It's fine. This is just one of those things I get to let go.
Yep. You're right. You're right. Luke is making me go get my book off the shelf.
All right, hold on.
He's right.
Hold on.
I just read it. I just reread it. He is right.
Hold on here. I'm gonna pull a Liz. Give me a second. This is Liz right here. This is Liz right here.
I've never even met her. This is like a full-on reenactment of Liz.
Liz, you're hilarious. Thank you for coming by. We love it. You're the best. I'm glad. I love it. I'm sorry. I think it's hilarious. You're the best.
Oh my god.
When you come to the kitchen couch, you go to catch strays. That's a fact. Everyone catches strays, even me.
You forgot yelling at the screen, she says. Good for good job.
Thank you.
Good job. You both have made each other's night. I'm so glad that we were here for this.
What really makes me happy about this, by the way, is the very next scene. It's gorgeous, beautiful, thoughtful, smart, well written, interesting, sexy. Fabulous. It's maybe the best scene in this book so far. Is this next part, I think. Yeah, I think that's where I take that. I mean, we've seen some cool stuff, but in terms of like a full scene, this is, I mean, their whole it's like a dance. It's almost like
it is.
It's beautiful.
It's like, I did think of, okay, that's going to sound weird. I didn't think of you while I was reading it that way, but I did think of you in a way because it was really beautiful. And like, you have been so like, aw, I just love. This was beautiful. And so it's like, I feel like very well done. It's the first time we've had any sort of smut situation in this or spice. I shouldn't even call it smut because it's not spice in this. And it is just so reverent and worshipful of each other. I just
and thoughtful, and they treat each other with reverence and responsibility and compassion. They're physically and mentally patient. Liz brings up a great point. They're mentally patient. Go ahead.
You want to know how we know that a woman wrote this? Because she got to take a bath. Because she got to take a bath before they did it.
I'll be honest with you. I'd have made you take a bath.
She went on a run for like a week. No, but so often in these types of books and in fantasies, like all I'm saying is, and most of the time in these fantasy novels, you know what's be happening the most they don't talk about? UTIs.
Yeah, they fucked with paint on, literally, with Feyre's fucking stick figures on the walls. Like,
right.
This is
like gross, take a bath.
Yes. And she had blood and guts and shit all over. And he was like, sure. You're clean. And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. And he was like, no, you're still fucking gross. Fucking.
He's like, no, you're still not great.
I don't remember exactly what he says. He says, yeah, but the essence of the grime and the grit is on you. So I think he's the word
like
essence.
oil. Like oil.
Yeah.
gross. Yeah, it's not good. But you have this whole moment about all of it. And they do take their time. They talk about it, then it's like it's a full meal. It is not just like a quick let's get to dessert. Like it is a full meal. And I'm a big fan of how all of that goes down.
It's like they go from like intercontinental politics to like, oh, bubbles. And it's so beautiful. It's like
Quiet intimacy. It's like the intimacy that you have with someone when you've been together long enough that you can hold a full-on conversation about something pretty important while you're in the middle of doing all that.
it's like a full ADHD conversation, which is why I think I love it so much. Like, because
Right?
I have the D, and like
She got the
it's
D for sure.
all of and it's like there's romantic moments and it's kind of all over the place, but like a jigsaw puzzle, you know, because
But
it just
sweet
fits
and cute.
together. There's a
Yeah.
set of lines in a row that are really beautiful, and I cannot seem to find it, even though I thought I remembered it. I made marks. It didn't work.
That's if only you had these little tabbies like I told you to get.
The only thing that was slightly redundant was she's giving him guff about him making dramatic entrances and being a little too over the top with how he treats himself around other people. And I was like, okay, you did that maybe once or two times, but the rest of it's perfect. And he's even like, oh, that's my girl. Like I was like, yeah. Like he kind of enjoys it. It's just right for him.
Yeah, they really do. They are right for each other. And that's why some of the time when you were like, when you first had such a problem with the sexting in ACOMAF, when you're like, this is gross and I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's like,
it was gross. That was gross.
No, this is their brand. This is what they do.
It's not gross now.
It
was
I
gross
know.
then.
You thought it was gross then. Not all of us thought it was gross then because some of us have personalities that really like this kind of like shit talking while, sexy talking.
They're flirting. I mean, I'll talk shit while we're sexy talking, but oh yeah, ready for ravishing. My words didn't come out with the swagger I intended. Totally. Like I've had someone say that to me before, and I was just like, boy, you're not cool enough to say that out loud. I have said that out loud.
You didn't say that to an actual person, right? Like, you didn't say that in real life, right?
No, I said basically what he says next is hardly know where to begin with all the possibilities. Like I said something kind of like that rather than like.
But in your head, you were like, no, that didn't work.
I was like, boy, that's a bad bite of food. That was not. Yeah, it was a bad bite of food.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So anyhow, yes, that happened. It was a lot. It was a lot, but it was lovely. And just I'm just like, and then she gets to like actually take the time to look at her skin, look at his wings, look at her art. Like, it's just so nice. And he says basically like, I missed you. So like this part I really think is very sweet as well. Cause it's like, yes, they just did it. It was several pages worth. She was thoroughly ravaged. And it said, I missed you every second, every breath, not just this, but talking to you, laughing with you. I missed having you in my bed, but I missed having you as my friend even more. I missed it too. Please don't leave each other again. So there we are. That brought us to the end of this section.
Also, licking tears is weird.
I understand.
That's weird. But I get it.
I have a theory about that. But I can't talk about it until everybody and a certain someone finishes Crescent City, starts and finishes Crescent City.
So My thing is gross. My thing is that I'm excited to get back on the main quest here. Like
Hmm.
our group is back together. We've included Lucian and Nesta and old girl Elaine. It's waiting. Um, I imagine we're gonna have a lot of sister play here come up pretty soon. Lucian and Elaine will go on their first date, which is gonna be kind of cute. I mean, they have to get past Elaine's hatred towards fairies or whatever. That whole
She's
bullshit's gonna
straight up
be.
engaged to someone else right now, Boo.
Fuck that
They're
guy.
not gonna be going on it. They're not gonna be going on a date till we figure out what's going on with that.
No, you just mail him back the ring and be like, I'm immortal, bitch. You're not gonna marry me. You know what
Just
I'm
mail
at?
it back.
I'm at the most romantic place in the history of the planet, and you hate fairies. Go fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah, but they're not even. Think of how long it took for Feyre to kind of like come to acceptance of herself. And she didn't mind fairies. She actually kind of liked them. Like she kind of came to. I mean, she had this whole time as a human dealing and being around fairies to be cool with the situation.
I feel like
These women,
feel-
her sisters have not.
I feel like Elaine is perfect for caving to peer pressure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We have that in common.
Well, we will see what happens and how we kind of go from there. So the gang is back together. Did not happen as you thought. You thought this book was going to be like, a journey situation. You thought this was going to be
Journey
back
to
again.
Yeah, Journey to the North. Really.
Yeah.
Really.
But it's not that. It did go in a different direction than what you were expecting.
Correct.
So, do you have any thoughts, premonitions, any like things you want to stick in the sand and say, this is what I think is going to happen?
No, because it's all been weird. I do have a thing about mates, but we could talk about that another time. Do you want to talk about that now?
I mean, we can talk about mates.
Okay, so I kind of mentioned this before.
Are you talking about it because like everybody has a mate?
I kind of mentioned it before. I was like, oh, the mate thing is like the Force. I don't think I covered it very well. What odds? Okay, so I'll guess this. I'll guess about that in a second. No, but it was like mates, like Elaine went into the cauldron and then came out, and then she found out they were mates, right? In that moment,
right? Because she at that point was Faye.
Okay, Faye, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we know that like different breeds of creatures can be considered mates with each other because we have Rasanne's parents.
Mm-hmm.
So
because they were all fairies. They weren't like different species, but yeah.
But yeah, to me it feels like part of it's decision making. Part of it's decision making, and part of it's like some sort of like energy in space that kind of directs how the story is going to go to even out magic in the world.
So,
like the whole mating thing is, in a sense, like the Force. It kind of create whatever the magic is in this world creates balance through bringing together souls, people, things.
Right. So you're saying like you don't think it's like just about like okay, so like mate and like soulmate do not equal each other. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think soulmate and mate do equal each other, but I think the thing in charge isn't just the author. Like there's some sort of not galactics, but fantasy plan that kind of helps them, that kind of directs the story so that there is good against evil, so that there's some sort of balance in this universe. Because each time there's like, oh, a mate, right? It doesn't seem like it's by chance. It seems like it's fortuitous.
So like with Rasanne's parents, it happened at exactly the right time because she was about to They were about to like clip her wings.
Right.
And Reese's dad showed up and was like, that's my mate. Don't do that. And so are you saying that like
I'm saying that like the coincidence that is Feyre, because Feyre is a
Mhm.
coincidence, right?
Mhm.
Like maybe she's not a coincidence. Maybe
Mhm.
there is some plan where the moment she was beginning to be capable of being who she is in the story, that's when Rasan started dreaming about her.
Okay.
And then that is ducktailed off of Tamlin sending the wolves into the woods and having 50 years to find this
Mhm.
creature that will love
Mhm.
him fully and that
Mhm.
he will love too. Um,
Mhm.
all of that comes together in the same, and even Rasan kind of recites it. He's like, oh yeah, I went to this thing and I did these things because I just had this feeling, this pull that I needed to be at these places at this time.
So it's like fate.
It's kind of like fate, but it's more like the mating ritual is a signal. It's the thing. It's the MacGuffin. The mate thing is the MacGuffin. Like the Force. Once again, it's like the Force. It's like, oh, these characters have the Force for this reason, and this reason is a much higher purpose than we can possibly understand.
So then why did Elaine and Lucian immediately mate?
I think it was to get Lucian away from Tamlin. That's my like immediate hypothesis, to bring Lucian to a side that would fight for the good, because the moment she goes into the cauldron, the story changes. Right. And so if the sisters don't go into the cauldron, but Lucian meets Elaine, I'm not 100% sure they're mated. But
Right.
the story, like the narrative dictates it. Okay, now that she's Fae, the story's different. She's going to spend time in Night Court. Lucian needs to go fight in the good side. She's no
Yeah.
longer going to be on this side of the wall. She's going to be in the Night Court.
I think
I
you
don't.
might have blown my mind a little bit. I think you might have blown my mind a little bit
Okay.
because no, here's what I'm going to say about it. I don't. Lucian's had a lot of opportunity to
Yeah.
to go where the right place, right? Like could have helped her, could have done whatever. I think you might be right. The only thing that could have gotten Lucian to leave Tamlin was a mate.
Yeah. Lucian was going to stay forever.
Yeah.
He is what Amryn called him.
All right, Liz, we're gonna have a side conversation about this because because we know things that Luke doesn't know. But I think that's kind of crazy.
Well,
I hadn't really thought about it that way.
It falls in line with the serial being the author. Like it's like, oh, I need help from the author. I'm gonna go capture the serial and have a conversation with the serial. Okay, let's just smile. Cool. Yeah, I think the mating thing it's a way to keep, like, why wouldn't that be a thing with Tamlin and Feyre? You know, it's not a
Mm-hmm.
thing because it doesn't help the whatever universe.
Yeah,
It's
who's a
just
bigger part to play in the story? Yeah, well, we don't know that yet, but
like
like,
y'all might know some shit.
yeah, but it might. I mean, so that is a very okay. Maybe it's because I'm a girl. Maybe it's because I'm a girl, and when I'm reading like mates, I definitely think like soulmates. I definitely think like love match, right? Um, but really, like again, you're right. Like Rasan's parents weren't really like a love match. I mean,
Yeah,
they loved each other, but they didn't.
but
Like
they
they
did
were
create
mated,
Rysand, right? So like
right?
part of their thing was like, oh, maybe some force in this universe is like, okay, we're going, like,
Right.
these two made to create this being so that this
Mm-hmm.
being and the being that is known as Feyre, who has all of their powers after going through this trial that was dictated by Amarantha, who was
Mm-hmm.
being used by the High King, like all of that
Mm-hmm.
kind of fun. Like it's a cool, like it's kind of
Yeah.
like if you ever watch The Matrix, you kind of find this out that like Neo is where the equation ends. He's the
Yeah.
remainder. He's the extra,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's similar vibe. It's like, oh, who is this person? It's fair. Who else could have taken on all those powers and lived? Actually, it's just this person. There is no
Yeah.
other.
Yeah. So I I'm gonna have to spend some time thinking about that seriously, because genuinely, I just always like assumed love, or like I just thought about love and then chalked it up to that and moved on. But yeah, because we do find out in ACOMAF, like in chapter 54, that I mean, you can reject a mating bond.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, you don't have to choose that. I mean, it's a conscious choice where you decide. I mean, you don't get to choose your mate, but you do get to decide whether or not you accept it and let that happen. And so it does that. Why would you reject it if it were like your one true love, right? So I've never really thought that through, but you're right. Yeah, you're kind of blowing my mind a little
We're
bit,
gonna.
because yeah.
I'm interested. I want to know what the rest of the community thinks. To be frank with you, I'm not talking about in this video. Like, I want to know if this is a thing. If this is like a thread. Like, oh no, the whole mating thing is actually a larger big picture narrative, some Illuminati big picture narrative, or it was the King of Hybern like setting up everyone, or something, some sort of.
I don't think that's true, because fated mates happen. I mean, that's like it's a thing. But for some reason, mostly because when I'm reading it, it's usually in a romance novel, and luckily, it's always people that they want to fall in love with and be with. But I think you're right.
I just don't think it's random. It's too coincidental to be random.
Yeah, yeah. I now understand what you were saying about the Force. I get that now.
Yeah, because in Star Wars, okay, in Star Wars, the story is written so that it will end in a specific way, but not in it'll end in an intentional way, but not specific. So Star Wars could have ended any other way, but it did end the way it did. But like I said, Obi-Wan says at the beginning, does it obey does it what is it Luke says? He says, does it tell you what to do? He's like, partially, but it also obeys your commands. Does the Force control everything? Partially, but it also obeys your commands. And so like the Jedi
it's
or
like
whatever.
Also the Sorting Hat in Harry Potter.
It's a lot like the Sorting Hat, and it's like you get to choose. Like
you can influence it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to do some more thinking about this and chatting it out, because
we'll have to see who else
there's some things that happen, and there's some things that still are not resolved, that I am waiting, Sarah, I'm waiting for the next book so that more things can be revealed.
What do you mean next book?
This is not a completed series.
Okay, so when is the next book coming out? The
It has
fifth one?
not been
The sixth one?
Sixth one. It has not been announced. We're maybe hoping 2027.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might not live to that long. We don't know.
None of us might at this rate, but
we
so
have fun while we do.
Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about smut till the very end. Trust. Predictions for what happened to the sisters and what the next steps are for our crew.
Nessa is already powerful and already using some sort of weaponry, she's all like her whole thing is like, oh, she went in and she's coming out with she bit off more than she could chew. It's all like she's pointing at the game, like she's literally drawing power from the cauldron. I think she's actually as powerful as Feyre, in some ways. And she's just already using the Force, or using the whatever. I'll be interested to see what kind of what sort of happens through that. Elaine's kind of boring. Talk about that.
She's the one that didn't see the glamour, that saw right through the glamour the whole time.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. I don't. Is she Fae though?
We do know they're Fae because they got put in the cauldron and they came out with pointy ears.
So I'm excited for Lucian to have like a walkabout, just be like, oh, cool. I wonder if he'll turn on them.
Lucian?
Yeah. I wonder if there's a chance he'll turn on them to go back to Timmy Tam, because Timmy Tam is now like a rabid dog.
Yeah.
Oh, we find that out too, that she did completely upend the Spring Court.
Oh, straight up. So yeah, let's just also circle back to that really, really quick because it was during the sexy times or right before or in the middle of. Says not yet. Whatever you did worked. Tamlin's sentries abandoned him. Over half his people refused to appear for the tithe 2 days ago. Some are leaving for other courts. Some are murmuring of rebellion. It seems you have made yourself quite beloved, holy even. They were rather upset when they believed he'd allowed Hybern to terrorize you into fleeing. So the whole court, it's just, she completely destabilized and did exactly what she said she would.
Yeah,
ripped it apart from the inside.
She has now 2 courts of followers.
Yep.
And so hopefully that grows. I didn't know if that was going to, like I said, I figured this book was going to be her going court to court, kind of gaining followers and influence, where Reese was giving them up. But we didn't have that. Do we know of other mated pairs in Prythian at this point? No, don't really.
The ones that we know about are dead, or Feyre and Lucian.
Correct. So far, but we might know more next time.
I know more of them.
Right.
But at cool this point, we do not know.
It's a cool story. It's a cool story point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope. I think that's all I've got. You got anything else to add there, lady?
I was going to tell you what comes next, boo.
Let's do it.
What we're doing next is chapters 15 through 17.
Oh, snap. That's a short one.
It feels short. We're going to end on page 183. So it's still about 40 pages. But chapters are a little longer.
Jeez and Pete.
But hey, at the end of this, at the end of chapter 18, this is how far we're going to be in. Like,
yeah, we're moseying. We're moseying.
We're getting close to being a third of the way through. We're actually probably pretty close to a third of the way through.
That's really cool. It's really cool. Listen, we're probably going to be taking a couple of days off, but we'll be back very soon-ish. Friday, Saturday, something, maybe even Sunday. We'll figure it out. But we'll let you know. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. And we'll be on TikTok hopefully by then, which would be dope. A little cross-platform. Maybe I say, oh, TikTok user Valerius44545 has a good point. He does smell what the Rock is cooking. And we'll just, good job with the eyebrow. And we'll just kind of figure that out. So check out the Smut Oracle on all the socials. Check out me on the Kitchen Couch. Do all sorts of fantasy bullshit and sci-fi. And it's really just this kind of energy, but for everything. So if someone wants to come and talk about football, I'll school you on some shit too. You got anything else to add, Emily?
You should like and subscribe.
Good job. Okay, so until next time, later, Tears.
Peace.
Kitchen Couch.
Kitchen Couch.